Hi, thanks for joining the show today. I am sharing a page with you I found on Facebook called Wenatchee Cares. It is a page that was put together through this COVID-19 to connect people who need services with people who can provide services, whether that's volunteering, food, or support services that were established long before COVID-19 came to our community. I also wanted to share with you some fun pictures that I've seen. I spend some time on Facebook and social media, mostly Facebook, but I'm always looking for the helpers and the good stories so that I can share them with you and just rest my head at night knowing that some good is coming from all of this. And I ran across this picture posted by Melanie Tucker. It's a picture of their daughter, Elizabeth. She had baked her first pie. Look at it, it looks delicious. I didn't bake my first pie until I was like 38 years old, so good on you, Elizabeth. It looks great. I also received a video from Amanda and Mark Peasley. Their kids are Otto, O-T-T-O, Britta, and Odin. And she shared a video that she said I could share with all of you of her kids welcoming their baby chicks. It's adorable. Take a look.
Go ahead.
There's one other thing I want to share with you. I'm not going to be the person trying to tell anyone what to do here. I just try to share the good stuff that's happening, and sometimes it's heavy and sometimes it's light, but I'm always doing my best to show you the helpers, especially during this time. And I ran across a meme that bothers me. And I'll tell you why it bothers me. It's making fun of the people who wear a mask in the car. Maybe you've even seen me with a mask on in my car because I drive a pretty recognizable car. It has "Don't Wait" written all over it. But here's my understanding of how the mask works. If you put it on, you're supposed to just leave it on, because taking it off and putting it on, and taking it off and putting it on just further lends to exposure. And if you are going to, say, a grocery store and the gas station, then that's a couple of stops. So if I were to put the mask on and take it off every time I get in and out of the car, that would kind of defeat the purpose of protecting my face. So when I leave my house, I put it on, and when I get home, I take it off. And then I wash my hands, because my mask ideally has trapped any virus germs that could get into my nose or mouth, and I want to wash my hands after I take off the mask. So if you see someone driving along wearing a mask in the car, like myself, I am not foolish enough to think that I am receiving or causing exposure to the invisible person sitting next to me. I'm not thinking that. What I am thinking is that I'm doing the best I can to take care of myself and protect my family. So if you see someone driving in the car with a mask on, then ask yourself, is that person pregnant and trying to be extra cautious? Did that person just have a chemotherapy treatment? Are they the caregiver of an elderly person with no other option of who could care for that person if they were to get sick? So they have to be extra cautious. The fact is, driving by somebody in the car doesn't tell you their story. You have no idea where they came from or why they've developed this idea for them about what keeps them safe. All I know is that we're all doing the best we can. That's it. That's all we can do. So if you see me or anyone else driving down the road with a mask on in the car and you think that's silly, just try to think again. Try to maneuver with kindness and empathy. And if you see the meme on Facebook, keep scrolling by. There's plenty of good stuff on there. Just look for the helpers. That's what I'm trying to do. So I hope you'll enjoy this show. It's all about the helpers, and it's all about how much Wenatchee cares. I've spent some time on Facebook and Instagram, like many of you, trying to get all the newest information, and it gets a little overwhelming, and sometimes you just want to set your phone down or close down your laptop and forget about everything that's happening in our community and throughout the world. But I ran across an invite to like a page called Wenatchee Cares. Maybe some of you are familiar with it already, but I was really blown away by how connecting people can get things done. And so I reached out to the administrators of the page And I'm so happy that one of them is here with me today. Thanks, Christina, for being here. I appreciate your time. What a wonderful idea you had. Tell us a little bit about the need you were seeing, how you went about starting the page, and man, it's become something of its own now. So just let us know how it got started.
Well, I was the same as you, just on Facebook and seeing how people were wanting to help. And I realized that a lot of my friends don't know each other. And so I would see a need from one friend and wanting to help from another, but they didn't know each other. And so trying to connect them. And so I got the idea just to start a page where everybody could go to one place and both meet needs and help each other all in one spot.
You and Joy both started that together. You're both administrators on that page.
Well, yeah, I started it, and then Joy was asking how she could help. And since I'm a teacher, during the day I can't be the administrator of the page, and so I asked her to be another administrator so that she can kind of see what needs to be done while I'm teaching.
We're going to talk with a couple of guests here later in the show, but what have you seen? What is the trend that you've seen? What are the needs, and also what needs are being met?
Just having people be able to get together to meet the needs of people who aren't working. So the immediate needs of food and some clothing, or even like a bed being delivered and that kind of stuff, because right now so many stores are closed and they're not able to get like Goodwill and that kind of stuff, where people who don't have a good income can't just go out and buy what they need. And so, somebody will say, hey, I need a bed. And within a couple of hours, that need is met. Just this morning, somebody posted on there that they don't have the time to go and volunteer, but they have finances. And so they will donate money every time somebody goes and volunteers at the food bank. Wow. So, and they're challenging other people to do the same. So just like that, there's a financial need being met and a need for volunteers being met, all on the same post.
I think that there's also an emotional need being met, because we are getting to see that people are wanting to help each other, that we are mostly good, we are mostly kind, we mostly do want the best for other people. We are just navigating this. Nobody has ever been through it before in our lifetime, most of us. And so this is something new. I really commend you on the work you're doing. It's a lot. I see things on a regular basis popping up there, and to know that those needs are being met. Is there anything you can say to anyone watching about needs that maybe still need to be fulfilled, or something at the forefront of your thoughts that is going to be an ongoing need during this crisis?
Well, Donna Pruitt from Serve Wenatchee will be talking, and I know that the need for food in the valley is huge, and so that's going to be an ongoing need. And the forefront right now is food and volunteers down there, and so I know that she'll be talking a lot about that right now. And really my hope for this page is that even after this crisis is over,
That's what I was just going to say.
the page just stays.
Yes, that Wenatchee should still care, right? I hope that there are some things that don't change because of all of this, and I hope that all the things that changed, that needed to change, remain changed, that we are a changed people because of it. So thank you so much for being part of that change and part of that help. If there's anything I can ever do, especially long after this is over, you're welcome on my show anytime to help facilitate and outreach and anything else I could ever do. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. I'll let you get back to teaching.
Thanks.
Come on my show when this is all done and let me know how that went.
Oh, absolutely. That's an hour-long show.
All right. Take care. Thanks so much, Christina.
Thank you.
In my research of the Wenatchee Cares page, I also ran across the work that Serve Wenatchee Valley is doing, so I invited Donna Pruitt to be on my show. She can talk about the needs of our community and the needs that are also being met. Thanks so much for being here, Donna. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk first about how you got involved with the Wenatchee Cares page and what the needs are that you're seeing most in our community.
The way I got involved with the Wenatchee Cares page, I think I was just invited to join in with the group. did that and was able to kind of share some things from our organization. I know some of my posts through our organization has been shared a few times, on that page. So the needs that we're seeing in the community right now, it's really focused on food. People are being laid off and they're applying for unemployment. And, it's a couple of weeks out sometimes, and it takes a little bit of time to get through that system. We've seen the numbers coming through statewide and nationally, and they're quite large, and it's a big job for the folks over at the Employment Security Division to get through and process all of that. So not that they're doing a great job, they are. They're doing a fantastic job. It's just a lot of people. It's kind of just got to get through the process. There is some additional money starting next week in terms of if you're on unemployment, you're going to be able to get an additional amount of money each week. And I can't remember the specific period of time, but that's going to be hugely helpful. And we know that people are starting to see their stimulus checks. One of the things that we were concerned about at the start here was basically if you've been working and you got laid off and you used the last year check, now you don't really have the ability to go out and purchase food and things like that. With evictions being frozen and knowing that the unemployment checks were going to be coming through and at higher amounts than normal, and the stimulus checks, our focus has really been on food on this side of everything. Then as time goes on and, the restrictions are lightened up quite a bit and people are able to go back to work. And then, anyone who wasn't able to get back to work or might take some time for all this to unravel, we're going to, on the other side of this, be really focused on rent. So right now we're focusing on the food, and then, we'll be focusing on helping people get caught back up, and hopefully they're using their stimulus checks and they're using their unemployment to stay on top of their normal financial things. But we know that there are people in our community also that won't be eligible for some of these things, and families that will be struggling. And so we're going to be meeting those needs as well when we get to the other side of this. So just kind of in our planning, that's the flow and how we've been looking at it. And so far, I think it's working out pretty well. We've got a lot of people signing up for the layoff triage program, and so we've been providing them with information, a packet with information, non-food items, laundry soap, and, toilet paper, diapers for families.
That commodity. What is the need for Serve Wenatchee Valley? How can the community help serve you so that you can serve others? What is your immediate need? Volunteers, I know you said, healthy volunteers. I read about that. Needing some healthy people to come help deliver food and things like that. Anything else?
Well, we are taking food donations and non-food donations down at the Town Toyota Center Monday through Thursday from noon to 1 each day. What we are trying to do is ensure that our drive-through food bank is sustainable through this crisis. So we've been taking those food donations. Sometimes it's hard for us to get the quantities that we need, but we know that if several people are going out and purchasing the things that we need, they can also get some quantities, and then we put it all together and we have what we need. So, I can't really go buy 500 jars of peanut butter. I could probably get about 150 jars of peanut butter, but I can't get 500 right now. So if other people are doing that, and I always say peanut butter because traditionally that's what we really always are low on. We are good with peanut butter this week and probably next week. And then after that, I'll need it again. But pasta sauce or tomato sauce, macaroni and cheese, soup, canned vegetables, all of those kinds of things, non-perishable items are things that we need. We've been very fortunate. We had some restaurants that decided not to continue on during this crisis. So they've donated their produce to us. Premium Harvest delivers a couple of pallets of apples to us. about every other week, and that's about what we need. So it's been perfect. They do more if we ask them to. So, but we're just asking for what we need. So they've been really great in helping us. And so we've got fresh things and non-perishables. I think the boxes are pretty good. I feel pretty good about what we're giving to families in our community.
Tell us again the drop-off times for Town Toyota Center.
That's noon to 1, Monday through Thursday. We're not there on Fridays, but Monday through Thursday, we are there from noon to 1. We have someone there that picks up the food. I know we have a couple of churches that have boxes that people could also drop off during the week, and then they bring it to us. I know in East Wenatchee, Columbia Grove, they have a donation site where people can bring things. And then also Cornerstone Christian Church here in Wenatchee is collecting food to deliver. We also have, if you go to our website, servewenatchee.org, you can just click on, we have a little button there, and you click on it, how to help. And it talks about volunteer opportunities. It talks about what we need in terms of material items. And it also gives a link. You click another button, and it's our crisis response fund. And so you can click on that. And if you want to just donate some funds it's a safe and secure site, so you can donate those funds. And that helps us to also purchase food, to purchase grocery cards that we've been giving out to folks who've been laid off and are kind of in the in-between stage of, I had just spent all my money and I don't have an unemployment check yet. So that helps them feed their families also. And then it also helps us provide rent when we get onto the other side of this and we see where the need really is and who's really struggling and who hasn't received what they had hoped or what they thought they would receive, who got back to work and who didn't get back to work and things like that. And so we can, so this is going to take months. It really is. And I know that once we all get back and life seems normal, there's still going to be thousands of families that are struggling, and it will take months to unwind all of it. So that's what we're using the donations for, to help us keep people fed and keep people in their homes. So that's our normal rhythm. It's just a little more than we normally would see.
I appreciate the work you guys do. I've been working with your organization since way back in my radio days, and we used to partner on different events. So I know the important work you do in the community, and I appreciate your time sharing with our audience what the needs are. If there's ever anything I can do to help spread the word, please let me know.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you.
In looking through the Wenatchee Cares page, I was brought to my attention about Rail Station and the work that they're doing to help feed the children in our community. I talked with Laura Day, and I mentioned that I should get in touch with Todd Mill, who's the owner of Rail Station. And he was good enough to get on the interview with me, and I just wanted to hear it straight from him, what he's doing and what his needs are from the community to continue the good work. So thanks for being here, Todd. I know you're a busy guy.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a bit about how this idea came about and how it all got started.
Well, it was quite by chance. We were, I think the 16th was the day that Governor Inslee told us we needed to shut down. Our first day of takeout type operations was the 17th of March. And it was abundantly clear after the first day of takeout that we were going to have way too much food on hand to do anything with. And it was going to go bad. And there's a whole bunch of social media posts out there about it and whatnot. But basically the long and short of it is that I got home late that night still wondering about all that, and was going through my 7-year-old son's homework for the day. And one of the things in his homework packet from his teacher was, what can we do for the world? And he had drawn a big picture of him and I at a restaurant somewhere. I didn't ask him which one it was because I would hate to hear the answer. But at the bottom of it said, we can make sure every child has food. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was brilliant. That's something that is in my power to do. At least, the children that are within my reach. So that's what we started using our food for, was to feed kids on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we didn't ask any questions. We don't have any requirements. People just pull up and we tell us how many kids they have. We give them food. It's grown well beyond that now. It's turned into kind of a huge thing. It's rapidly becoming tough to manage.
So you basically ran out of the food that you had ordered that you needed to salvage or put to good use, and then you started using your own funds, and then there was a bit of a call out to community and business members, and they've been supportive of you and trying to help. But it's not something that you can continue to fund on your own.
Yeah, no, it's gotten huge, way bigger than I ever anticipated, and this community's been amazing. We've had groups come down to donate juice and sodas for the kids. Local Coca-Cola bottling company, one of the local fruit packers, CMI, has brought apples to put in the kids' meals every day, and plenty of people who will be mentioned on social media when this is all over have come down and volunteered to pay for a week's worth of the food cost. There's the volunteers who come in every day and do this without being paid that never seem to get the credit. Well, I shouldn't say never. We do get quite a few gifts from individuals in the community who say, give this to your volunteers, but they do deserve some recognition for what they're doing. I couldn't do this without them.
So for the people who are watching and are thinking, how can we be of help to this movement? What is your main need? What's your ask?
I don't have an ask right now. You know what I need? I need somebody who knows what to ask. That's what I need.
So you have volunteers who are working in the kitchen. That's covered. You're getting, the funds are being donated to continue this to go. And basically your plan is you don't really have a plan, right? You know that through next week you have enough funds to feed the kids.
Yeah, doing this day by day. And like I said, the community really came forward. At this point, we have enough funds to get us through May 1st. As far as being able to pay for the food, well, at least we had. So we're tentatively supposed to open back up again May 4th. I wish there was some wood here I could knock on. But so we just don't really know where to go. I don't think take more funds towards food costs at this point until we know for sure how long this is going to continue to go on. The thing has grown so large now. When we did the original ask and said we'll keep doing it if the community can come forward and help out, at that point we were doing 250 kids a night. As of the last 3 feedings, we're doing 400 kids a night. So the food cost has gone up. Yeah, it's pretty out of hand. That's a tough thing to ask. I've learned a lot in this experience that you can't say it costs me this much per night and then the amount doubles a week later and you didn't ask for enough.
Right. That makes sense. Well, I think you're being cautiously optimistic that you can continue to do this as long as we need it. And it's definitely worth the try that you've given it. And what is your son's name? Weston. So is he aware of the impact his idea has had?
Oh, he is. He decided that he was a superstar after the first social media post went viral, and it got a little over 100,000 hits and whatnot. And
that's good.
He was pretty proud of that. He came down and helped serve the kids the first 2 nights.
Perfect.
People wanted to meet Weston. It was pretty cool. He enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I think he has learned service from you, from his parents. And that's a great thing to have taught him. I've known you for a very long time. You used to coach my son, and you were the guy making the pancakes and doing the baseball breakfasts and fundraisers and all of that. So I'm glad to see you're still using your skills for the community. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for all you're doing. Let me know if there's anything I can ever do to help.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Todd went through and talked to the guys that were working there and set it up to where they were feeding the kids dinner every Tuesday and Thursday. They pick a different thing to make for them. The guys aren't getting paid for working down there. They're just volunteering their time to help feed the kids. And I really think that it's a wonderful thing that he's doing.